Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Murrumbidgee Council November Council meeting. I would like to acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional custodians of the lands and waters of the Murrumbidgee local government area and to all Aboriginal elders past, present and emerging. We are committed to honouring the continuing connection that First Australians hold to the Murrumbidgee's land, waters and community as one of the oldest living cultures in human history. In the spirit of open, accessible and transparent government and to ensure this meeting is open to the public, this council meeting is being recorded. This recording will be placed on council's website following the meeting. I'll call for any apologies, please. Councillor Churgwin is an apology. Any further apologies? Would something like to move that apology be accepted? Move Councillor Curfew, second by Councillor Strong. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried. Thank you. I'll refer to the minutes of the ordinary council meeting on the 28th of October 2025. Would somebody like to move that there are true and accurate record, please? Move Councillor Bryce, seconded Councillor Saxby. I'll put that. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you. I'll remind all councillors of their pecuniary interest declarations. Yeah, well, I have to be wrong.
We stole.
If there are no further declarations, we'll move on, please. We'll move to the mayoral report. It's a short time between meetings, 3 weeks. Thank you to the councillors and staff for rearranging their schedules to accommodate the changing meeting date, which has enabled the General Manager, Councillor Curfew and I to be able to attend the local government in South Wales conference in Penrith starting on Sunday. Spring and all of its variability is testing us all at the moment. Harvest has commenced and it's been a bit of a stop-start exercise for some. The wind, very low temperatures and for some rain and thunderstorms has had us all scratching our heads. There's been a large amount of crop cut for hay. There's lots of activity, which is good for our communities. The asbestos remediation work commenced at the Murrumbidgee Council office on the 5th of November. This work will hopefully be completed by the end of November. That will then allow the follow-on maintenance to commence. The council staff are doing their very best to continue business as usual, but it has been challenging. The sewage works maintenance in Darlington Point continues to progress. The continuing odour is apparent depending on the direction of the prevailing winds. The second aerator/rotor has been reinstated and hopefully will improve the functionality of the system as a whole. The schools across our LGA are all busy with excursions. What a wonderful opportunity our kids have to travel to Melbourne, Canberra, Albury and Barambula. Lots of these opportunities are enabled by fundraising and we thank our communities for their generosity. Some of our students have been shining a light on our area in athletics. The St Joseph's Relay team in the McKillop Athletic Championships and the New South Wales PWSA competition in Sydney. Ruby Neeson and Stella Williams represented Finley High School in the state netball competition in Wollongong. The cricket season is in full swing and it's great to see both junior and senior teams competing. A successful tennis competition was held in Jerusalem on the 9th of November. It's pleasing to see so many of council's facilities being used. I had the pleasure of watching the production of Aladdin by St Joseph's School on Wednesday night. The children's performance was amazing. It was such a great opportunity for all of the schools to be involved and it was a huge effort. Congratulations to all involved. Our Remembrance Day ceremonies were conducted and well attended across our council communities from the very young to the oldest of our citizens. This mark of respect is deeply valued and must never be forgotten. And I had the pleasure of attending the fashion parade at the Muddy Duck on the 15th of November, showcasing the designs of Beverly Man and the opening of the cocktail bar. What clever people, and so good to have the opportunity to view them. And below are a list of meetings I've attended in the past 3 weeks. Is there any comment? Any questions asked? If not, would somebody like to move that the Mayor's report be noted? Thank you. Move Councillor Heath, seconded Councillor Curfew. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Thank you. We will move to item 2, the General Manager's monthly report, please.
Thank you, Councillor McRae. Just a couple of things to add on to the, one of the things that Councillor McRae mentioned was the asbestos remediation that has been completed. We are just waiting for some testing of air testing at the moment. Hopefully that'll come back before the end of this week. And if that's all clear, then everybody will be able to go back into the office and start the remediation work that Councillor McRae spoke about. But as it is now, we're safe to go into the chamber. We're safe to go into the offices upstairs, and we'll start to do that as we go on. The toilets will be fine, the kitchen's fine, and that area out there is fine as well. But once the testing comes back and it's all clear, then the whole building will be fine. Move out. Today we have a report on the housing replacement program in closed session. The Colliambley and the Drury subdivisions. We've got a conversation with the department on the 24th to talk about possibilities for funding both of those in light of the need for operational and maintenance staff for both the solar and wind farms that are expected to be built fairly soon. PHL has been given the job to do the subdivision plans. Colliambley will definitely be with us on the 18th of December, and hopefully we'll have a good idea of Drury about that time as well moving forward. The QPS is in the confidential section today, just to reaffirm that the council Christmas party is on the 5th of December, same format as previous years, commencing with lunch at around about 1 o'clock. The opportunity to get critical infrastructure via a loan system. We just give an update of that there will be other rounds. We've been informed, and that will give us better time to complete all the resolutions of council to borrow the money to get an approved loan from T Corp and the design plans of the subdivisions, if that's the way we're going to go for that. Just a bit of an update on movements moving forward, and most likely at the December meeting, I'll be requesting some leave, I think from about the 10th of January to the, whatever the week will be after that, the 19th or something like that. That's Saturday to Sunday. Any questions?
No questions? If not, the recommendation will read that the information contained in the General Manager's monthly report be noted. Somebody read, please. With Councillor Heath, seconded Councillor Perky. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you. Item 3.
Thank you to you, Madam Mayor. Item 3 relates to the third amendment to Council's Development Contribution Plan. Seeks a resolution from Council to adopt the amendments and the Development Contribution Plan Revision 3. Draft plan was presented to Council at its meeting on the 26th of September, and Council agreed to place on public exhibition 28 days. At the end of that period, no submissions have been received. The plan aims to update the list of proposed works to be funded under the Section 7.12 plan, and includes both funding under the Section 7.12 of the Environmental Planning Assessment Act, where it can apply a 1% contribution levy on development, so the value to $200,000 plus. It also includes what we think may be the contributions under the renewable energy guidelines for developments within the Southwest Renewable Energy Zone. We've included a number of new, as Council read, we've included a number of new works, as well as updated current ones, and removed one or two that have already been achieved. So that the plan's been brought back today for Council to again consider it, and resolution is to adopt it.
Thank you, Gary. Would somebody like to move, please? Moved councillor Murphy, seconded councillor Bryce. Councillor Murphy, are there any questions of Gary? Councillor Bryce? No. No? Any further questions? If not, the recommendation will read that council adopt the amendments to its development contributions plan, section 7.12, Environmental Planning and Assessment Act of 1979, revision 3. I'll put that recommendation. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you. Item 4, please.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. Item 4 relates to a review and an update of what was previously known as the Young Street Precinct Development Control Plan. The draft plan was presented on the 23rd of September this year. Sought a resolution from council to place the draft plan on public exhibition, 28 days, and at the end of that period, no submissions were received. The plan, as explained, that's to September, but basically to update the new lot and DP numbers of the plan, which relate to certain lots in relation to certain developments. The intent of the plan hasn't changed. It's just an administrative update to include the new lot numbers and subdivisions that are completed. The other major change is to now term it as the River Red Gum Estate Development Control Plan, and it's amendment number 1. And the recommendation is that the new development control plan be adopted.
Would somebody like to move the plan? Move councillor Strong, seconded councillor Major. And the recommendation, are there any questions? Councillor Strong or councillor Major or anybody else? As Gary?
No questions, all makes sense.
Okay.
Just a little update, thanks, Gary.
Thank you. Well, the recommendation will read that council adopt the amendments to the Development Control Plan, the DCP, for the Young Street Precinct, now known as the River Red Gum Estate, amendment number 1. I'll put the recommendation. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you. Item number 5, please.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Item 5 is a report on the revised alcohol-free zone policy, and it's known as Revision 1. And it's presented to council following the legislative changes to the ministerial guidelines on alcohol-free zones. The council's current policy has now been updated in accordance with those new guidelines, and it's presented back to council with a recommendation that the revised alcohol-free policy Revision 1 be adopted.
Thank you, Gary. Would somebody like to move, please? Move councillor Sexton, seconded councillor Major. Are there any questions of Gary regarding this revised policy? If not, the recommendation will read that the revised alcohol-free zone policies, Revision 1, be adopted. I'll put the recommendation. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you. Item 6, please.
I believe we need to withdraw this item from the agenda, Councillor McRae. The spending of $1.1 million is still there. It's still set down as the 712 plan and those other rounds. Further work, funds from Brother Place needs to be undertaken before we can guarantee that now.
Anybody want to do anything? Okay. Item number 6 has been withdrawn from the agenda. Okay, we'll move to item 7, please.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Item 7. I've got a report of the minutes of the local emergency. It's not my call me soon.
Go for it. Because I wasn't at this meeting, so I was going to hand over to Councillor Black.
Thank you.
I've written them all.
As per you, Gary, you did a very good job. I can just finish it off there. Are there any questions to the report? Because the SES are very, very keen to see the start of the buildings at Jewellery and Darlington Point. They're just waiting for those to be finished to move in. But it's a fairly quiet report, this one.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Are there any questions? If not, Councillor Black, would you like to move that the report be
Thank you.
noted? Move Councillor Black, seconded Councillor Kirby. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Carried. Sorry, Lauren, are you taking the minutes?
Yep.
Yeah, that the minutes of the local emergency management committee meeting been noted. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Okay, item number 8, please.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor, this relates to the minutes of the recent Darlington Point Sports Ground Users Committee held at Darlington Point on the 18th. Recently, anyway, in November. At that meeting, a number of the upgrade works funded by council were reviewed, and a priority list of those works were agreed to by the committee, which include fencing around the main oval, toilet upgrade on the eastern side, pipe the existing open drain, lighting for the rear oval, and split seating around the main oval. Of those 5, 4 were prioritised by the committee, and lighting for the rear oval was taken out as an action under this current funding round. And the minutes are provided for council noting.
Okay. Yes, I've just got a question for you. It says the minutes of the meeting of the Darlington Point Sports Ground Users Committee held in Darlington Point Council Chambers on the 14th of August.
There was one subsequent to that. I didn't put in
Oh, right, okay. So these minutes are
at the last minute.
of November. Okay. So should we change that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, questions? Hayley, did you have a question?
No, do I go?
Dave, did you want to make a comment?
No, I don't think so. I'm a bit new to this, I don't think so, other than,
Right.
you know, we,
Hold on. Do you have a comment or a question?
no, we just couldn't really do much, because we just didn't have a final money that to work with, so
Okay.
obviously we'll meet again and,
And
Keep going.
refine that.
yes.
Okay. Councillor Major.
Yeah, so just in the report, it says the toilet upgrade on the eastern side, budget amount of 20,000. Is that still, well, I'm reading budget at the top in the
Yep.
table?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that accurate or?
Through you, Madam Mayor, no, that was the original budgeted amount. Now I've got quotes for a prefabricated toilet unit, which was 2 ambulant females, 1 sale, and 2 ambulant males for $50,000. That's landed here, and then we would have to do the slab and bid out of that, so we're expecting that to be about 100,000.
Very good. And yeah, I think if we can get the fencing around the main oval so they can do some signs and that to generate some income to make them more sustainable, I think that'd be a
Just,
really good opportunity.
so in regards to our Darlington Point Brookfield, I should actually mention this. With the NRL regulations changing every year, we will probably be one of the very few ovals that can cater towards their requests, their safety requests. So it is potential to have grand finals eventually held at Darlington Point, because of an enclosed fence, and we can have all years playing because we've got enough of the field. So I think it's a very good plan to build on this. Brings minimum 500 odd people maybe weekend here. So it's it's something that as the new rules are coming in, we need to sort of stay on top of it so we are able to, and plus be able to have bigger gains.
There was a fencing program bought from the seniors for about $30,000 to do around the oval. Not the actual, are you talking about
No, that's
the security of the oval? Or are you talking about
No,
fence that runs around the outside of the oval?
no, that fence is already there. We don't need to worry
Right,
about that.
yeah,
We're talking about
You're talking about
Yeah.
the fence stopping
Yeah.
people from getting onto the
Yeah,
oval.
I'm just saying that is going to be, the regulation that will probably, well, presumably, I'm probably jumping a few guns here, to contain the people in there. That our fence is there. Not many other fields actually have fences around where you can get one access point to get admissions at the gate. We have that.
You're talking about the perimeter fence.
Yes,
Not
yes.
the oval.
Yeah, not the others. We have that one.
Yeah, well, this one.
That's around the seniors oval.
Yeah,
That fence we're
Yeah.
talking about seniors.
Yeah. So the fence that I want to talk about in regards to this funding is obviously probably what you're talking about. The fence that runs around the oval, and you can attach advertising boards to that fence to allow it to generate income so the users groups can pay so we can wipe our face with the facilities. That was one of our goals going forward. So I'm just making sure that that funding is still in there available to give that community group, seniors and juniors, the opportunity to generate that income so they can pay for keep the facilities updated. So just making sure that that's still in the budget and still going forward with
It's
it.
one of the reasons why the fencing around the main oval is one of our priorities.
Yeah, very good.
So that's.
So we're all talking the
everybody's
same thing.
clear?
Fencing square up the oval, there it is there.
Okay.
Not to square up.
Okay, are there any further
Not to
comments?
square up the oval.
No.
Keeping it full circle.
Councillor Heath, would you like to move?
You like the committee meeting.
Somebody like to
Oh, thank you.
second that?
President of the
The Darlington
VPC.
Point Sports Ground Users Committee.
It's a square.
Somebody like to second that?
Yeah.
Councillor Bryce. So the recommendation will be that the minutes of the Darlington Point Sports Ground Users Committee be noted. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Gary.
I'd like to see him stumble through this.
Probably couldn't do it every month.
Item 9, please.
Item 9 is the monthly investment report for October 2025. So again, nothing really noteworthy here. Outperformed the benchmark. Still slightly over-invested in spending on a base. The change of policy, they're coming very close now, 23%, and then kind of individual kind of having them up to 20%. So it will be fixed up very shortly. Recommend responsibility report.
Would somebody like to move, please? Move Councillor Strawn, seconded Councillor Major. Are there any questions of Caitlin, please, regarding this report? If not, the recommendation will read that council note the monthly investment reports identifying all money council has invested under section 65 of the Local Government Act of 1993. I'll put the recommendation. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you. Item 10, please, Gary.
Thank you. To you, Mayor, item 10 relates to development applications that have been approved under delegated authority for October 2025. And it's recommended that the information contained in this report be noted.
Thank you. Would somebody like to move, please? Move Councillor Kirky, seconded Councillor Saxon. Are there any questions of Gary regarding this item 10? If not, the recommendation will read the information contained in the development applications approved under delegation at October 2025 report be noted. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you. All right. Somebody like to move, please, that we move into confidential. Move Councillor Saxon, seconded Councillor Major. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you.
One on the, I used to go there a fair bit years ago. The
Yeah.
house is.
Ready to go?
Any smoker at
Okay,
Roscoe's.
councillors, we're up to item number 11, which is the tenders for the residential house builds in Jerusalem and Darlington Point. And the recommendation is read that council accept the following tenders for the construction of dwellings on council-owned land. 10 Arjun Avenue, Jerusalem, contract with Cavalier Homes, at the amount of 388,500. 14 Bunyola Boulevard, Jerusalem, contract with Cavalier Homes at 698,000. 4 Bigger Street, Darlington Point, Potondo Homes, 401,100. And 2 Bigger Street, Darlington Point, Potondo Homes, $401,700.
6 figure, sorry.
What did I say?
2.
Oh, 6
Yeah.
Bigger.
Mhm.
And 2, that the contract documents and any other associated documentation be executed on behalf of council in accordance with clause 165 of the Local Government General Regulation 2021 by the General Manager as the principal representative. It was moved by Councillor Strawn, seconded by Councillor Heath. I'll put the recommendation. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Thank you. We'll move to item 12. And moved on the recommendation, recommendation of Councillor Satsik is seconded by Councillor Bryce. The recommendation will read that the council award phase 2 of the qualification-based selection QBS process to Mass DPC, Calibre Interiors and Livery and Outfield for the design and construction of 120 place preschool and long day care facility in Darlington Port. I'll put the recommendation. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, carried. And item 13.
Please say I'm leaving.
Yeah, Councillor Black is leaving the building. Is the sale of land industrial estate in Collyamberley. And it moved on the recommendation of Councillor Bryce and seconded Councillor Satsvik. The recommendation is that council authorise the general manager to offer lot 482 Collyamberley via tender, and that all tenders be presented to council at the February 2026 council meeting for determination. And the recommendation, all those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Councillor McRae. There's a couple of late items. If one is in relation to the 2024-25 financial statements. Need a movement seconded for that recommendation, Councillor Strain.
Okay, would somebody like to move, please? Move Councillor Strong, seconded Councillor Murphy, and the recommendation will read that this item about notice be accepted and referred to today's meeting as it requires resolution before the next scheduled meeting. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, carried. Thank you.
And the second item without notice is in relation to the annual report 2024-2025.
And somebody like to move, please? Move Councillor Bryce, seconded Councillor Black, and the recommendation will read this item without notice be accepted and referred to today's meeting as it requires resolution before the next scheduled meeting. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, carried. Thank you.
So we'll go back to the report for the financial statements and hand over to Caitlin.
So which is the report, presenting the draft financial statements for 2024-25, to council for, formal referral to, the auditors. The audit is actually commenced, at the start of November and is still underway. There is a handful of really minor adjustments that will be made to the draft that you put in front of you, but there is also a material adjustment in that there are two amounts of insurance that were included in the statements. So the end result is that the operating income will be increased by somewhere in the order of $800,000, which is good news. And there'll be a corresponding prepayment asset as well. So that will be reported in the final presentation report of financial statements. But just so councillors are aware, and I guess at a high level, just to summarise where they kind of ended up, the operating results reported there was $2.3 million, with that adjustment would be about 3.2. And we're looking at the sort of cash position. So at the end of the financial year, I think John alluded to earlier, council was able to increase the funding to the employee entitlements reserve substantially by up to $2.4 million, which is about 83% cash back, which is with the target of 100%. So that's great news. About $1.3 million more from that in that reserve, leaving $1.5 million of unrestricted cash, which is obviously council's target amount. So that's all very positive. I guess the timeline for this now is the audit will be finished off. It's due to be lodged with the office with local government by the end of the month, and we will then present the financial statements in conjunction with the auditors, most likely at the December meeting is the timeline for that one.
Thank you. Would somebody like to move, please? Move councillor Strawn, seconded councillor Kirby. Councillor Strawn or Kirby, do you have any comments, or any other councillors? Any comments or questions of Caitlin regarding this financial statements document?
I find it to be a stable result. And I think that's a positive thing in this kind of environment that we're dealing with, so well done, Caitlin.
Well, if there's no further comment or question, the recommendation will read that 1, following review, the going concern basis is appropriate for the financial statements for the year ended 30 June 2025, and the required disclosures within the statements with regards to going concern are fairly reflected within the applicable notes. 2, council authorise the general manager in consultation with the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee, council's auditors and chief financial officer to make any necessary adjustments to the financial statements that may arise as a result of the audit process, and to report back to council on any such adjustments that are made where significant. 3, council authorises the signing of a statement by council of the management by the mayor and deputy mayor, and endorse the signing by the general manager and CFO as responsible accounting officer in relation to the general purpose financial statements. 4, the general purpose financial statements and special purpose financial statements for the year ended 30 June 2025 be formally referred to council's auditor for audit. And 5, council delegates to the general manager authority upon receipt of the auditor's reports to A, forward a copy of the financial statements and auditors' reports to the Office of Local Government. B, arrange for public notice to be given in the required format on council's website of the council meeting for presentation of the audited 2024-2025 financial statements. B, arrange that council's audited financial statements and auditors' reports to be placed on public exhibition. And D, list the audited financial statements and auditors' reports on the agenda for the next available council meeting for presentation to the public, which allows for the 7-day public notice requirement. I'll put the recommendation. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Thank you. Annual report.
Annual report, another significant piece of work to our amazing video and communication officer, to put all of it together. Much the same as in previous years, we've got a copy, in front of you. Please be welcome to and ready to just discussing the council endorse the annual report to be published.
Thank you, Kate. Something like to move, please. Move councillor Mavis, seconded councillor Heath. And the recommendation will be that council endorse the Murrumbidgee Council annual report for the year 2024-2025, and the report be published on the council's website. I'll put the recommendation. Those all in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you.